Mm. Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally would not work. Let's get open for business on this Thursday. Woo, guys, we have 11 days, 13 hours, 25 minutes, and 25 seconds until we take on the Tennessee Titans. And guys, that's not a lot of time to get one Amari Cooper up to speed. Um, I've talked with Vosh. I've talked with friends. I've talked and looked at the numbers, the stats, and everything else, and try to figure out was this a good move or not. I believe when you look at the Cowboys situation, we have needs on the team without a doubt. We have needs at tackle now. We have needs at safety. We have needs at tight end, and we have needs at wide receiver. Chances are you're going to draft in one of those positions in the first round next year. And the area you looked at most is needing a need to be filled. Excuse me, I've got a cold from that toxic waste dump, FedEx Field here, so I've got a bit of a scratchy throat. So bear with me. Um, the biggest need, of course, is wide receiver. I didn't want to believe it. Bleacher Report had us ranked as the worst wide receiver core in basically the NFL, and I wanted to deny it, but it turns out they were right. Our receiving core is bad. Doesn't have some bright spots with it, but they're not great. So you knew we had to do something about wide receiver. I've gone through since 2016 and looked at the impact that the receivers have had, and they're not bad, but there's nobody that's going to be a game changer just yet. Wide receiver is that position that takes time to develop. So that being said, it's not like we got a 30-year-old, 8-year veteran who only has a few years left in his future. Amari Cooper's only 24. He's in the prime of his career, but he already has 2 Pro Bowls under his belt. That right there is more than anything that we have on this team as far as experience goes. So it was worth the risk. Now, the problem, of course, is, he's gone through, says the terminology is completely different, but, he's been a football player all his life, and he'll get up to speed. And I dare say Scott Linehan's offense is very simplistic. So if Des Bryant only had 5 routes to run, well, I guess it shouldn't be too hard for him to pick up. But we got this bye week. We have practice today, and then the players are off for the weekend, and then they come back in next week to start working out. This is at a good time for our team. And make no mistake, a lot of people say our season is done. We suck. We can't do anything. It's 5-11. But I'll say this: Voss brought up a very interesting point that if we scored 24 points a game thus far, we'd be 6-1. Yes, we've lost some games, but Carolina we lost 16-8. Giants we won 20-13. They're fire selling the team. Seattle we lost 24-13. Lions we beat 26-24. Texans we lost 19-16. Jaguars, of course, we blew out 40-7, and Redskins 20-17. So every one of these games are within a freaking field goal, with the exception of Seattle. If we can just get one more score a game, it looks totally different. Now, I can't guarantee that Amari Cooper is going to be the reason why we can score more points a game. I will say, and I know the Dak haters will laugh, but Dak's numbers are getting better. he's getting more touchdown passes, he's getting more yards. The offense is getting better. Now with Cooper on the roster and having that speed, he probably won't get double covered out the box. But after he starts making some plays, he will start getting double covered. He will start making the safety keep an eye out where he's going. Between him and Michael Gallup, now you have two guys that can stretch the field. You got Cole Beasley that you can put in the slot. And that will start taking and loosening up the defense where they have to cover more field. Um, Thompson and Hearns are not putting fear in the safety they're going deep. And with Austin out, you didn't have a deep threat other than Michael Gallup. So this and the overall scheme of things is going to be better. But this is not the only problem that we have. We still have tight end issues where we're not really getting as much production as you need to now in a modern NFL team, as well as the offensive line has clearly taken major steps back. I don't know if it's technique or if we're just being outmanned. I look at the tackles. First step is a smaller step than it used to be, and they're getting beat on speed rushes. Connor Williams is still a rookie, and he's getting overpowered on some of these plays. So having a deep threat is great, but if you don't have time for those plays to develop, then it's not going to work. So collectively, the offense has to come together and get better. And of course, Dak has got to set and follow through with his mechanics. The thing I've noticed in watching the game films over is when Dak has a clean pocket, when he has time to set, his mechanics are there, he throws well. When it's not a clean pocket, he's just trying to get rid of it, his mechanics are gone, and that's when he's making more and more mistakes. And of course, if I'm seeing it, defense coordinator seeing that, and they're going to continue to put more and more pressure on him. But hopefully, with speed from Amari Cooper, this is going to change the dynamics of the team and have us scoring a few more points, and thus, hopefully, making a run. The other thing I'll point out, too, is as we look at our schedule here, we have the Titans, of course, next Monday night. We have the Eagles, and the Eagles are pretty much in the same boat as we are. Then we have the Falcons, which are in the same boat that we are. The Redskins, who I'm not sold on. The Saints, which will be a killer game at home. Then the Eagles. But after that, we play at the Colts. We have the Buccaneers at home. And then we have the Giants. That's not the worst December in the world right there. And it's possible for the team to make a run. So I'm not giving up yet on my Cowboys. I'm going to be rooting hard for them every week. And hopefully we can make some noise and get into the playoffs. Well, that's all we got right now this morning, friends. And my voice is killing me. So I need to go get some tea before I go off to work. And as always, friends, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Good News Show. Oh,